To heal addiction, one must seek out the source. Addiction is a symptom of a deeper ache, a deeper wound. There are, of course, some practical ways of being or habits that can be addressed around addiction. However, if one strips yourself of habits of addiction without addressing the root cause, this can be deeply deregulating and painful. Addiction is a strategy. It is ultimately not a healthy strategy, but it is a strategy of attempting to live and cope with a deeper wound. Addiction is deeply prevalent in human society right now. For all of humanity is struggling with an existential wound. This existential wound is about connection with the divine and connection with life. And of course, at this time on the planet, human beings are in a very destructive relationship with life. And this creates a powerful impact that often goes unnoticed. Symptoms of this wound are rising counts of depression, of suicide, of anxiety, and of addiction. And to heal, we must get to the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter. What are you numbing from? What are you hiding from? What wound feels so great that you are afraid to look at it? Can you find a way of being with that ache? This is a deeply tender process, and it may serve to have help, whether professional or in community, to be supported. Most human beings have addictions of one kind or another. There are the extreme forms, which are highly, highly destructive. But there are lesser noticed forms as well that are still symptomatic of this wounding, this ache. So I invite you to get to the heart of the matter. Be gentle, for when you remove the habit, it is like diving into an infected wound. You are stripping away the coping mechanism for something much deeper, and this is part of the reason why so many people relapse, because the wound has not been attended to. We simply remove the only coping mechanism that feels accessible, and there is a cruelty in this. So another way of addressing healing from addiction is to look for other ways of holding yourself, soothing yourself, ways that are nourishing. And bringing in a sense of compassion and even acceptance should the behaviors spring back into being. Addiction is the repetition of a habit over and over that is almost mechanical, out of your hands, hungry, insatiable. It is not necessarily the activity itself. So bringing more presence can support being in right relationship. I also want to speak to I also want to express that there is a larger entity of addiction, an energetic monster of consumption that is very much alive on the planet. So while there are individual relationships with addiction and reasons for it and wounding at the heart of our individual relationships with addiction, there is also a communal energy present on the planet. The human race has a collective energy of addiction, this hungry ghost, consuming junk food, consuming oil, consuming drugs, consuming alcohol, consuming each other, consuming. And there is a collective wound as well. And I share that because although you are an individual, you are also a part of the collective. And so you can be influenced by that collective hunger. Truly, our whole lives are built around supporting and eliciting addiction. So close to the collective energies of addiction, of consumption. Close. Tenderly find other habits that support you in self-soothing and regulating and nourishment and peace and fun and play. And tend to the core wound. Thank you. Thank you for this question. It is a beautiful and powerful place of inquiry. I love you. You are a divine being in physical form. You are infinite and whole. And the bindings of addiction cannot hold you when you orient to the truth of your divine self. Be gentle. Be true. I am Divine Mother Sekhmet, and I come in the name of infinite truth.